2016 sexual assault cold case heating back up as police ID'd the suspect. Waterbury police charged a former Washington State police officer for the 7-year-old crime. Channel 3 Waterbury Bureau Chief Audrey Russo has the details. And Audrey, how the suspect was caught. Audrey.
Well, Stephanie, in 2016, Niamki Amichia reportedly impersonated a police officer and attempted to force his way into the victim's home. Now, in 2022, he was arrested for a rape in his home state of Washington. The span of time between the two incidents meant Amichia had time to move cross-country and actually become a police officer before the DNA evidence caught up to him. Reporting for police training one day, reporting for court the next. Niamki Amichia, a now fired officer in Puyallup, Washington, facing rape charges stemming from October 2022. Investigators claim Amichia met up with a woman working as a prostitute on a dating app and raped her. This Washington court appearance is from March of 2023, and by this time, warning bells were going off 3,000 miles away.
Investigators say Amichia's DNA from this case also matched an unrelated rape case from 2016 in Connecticut.
In Waterbury, to be precise. The National DNA Database matched Amichia's DNA in Washington to a 2016 unsolved sexual assault in the Brass City. Waterbury police say a man impersonating a police officer entered a victim's home. The victim told police she didn't know the suspect, but believed he found her through a classified prostitution ad on Backpage.com. The victim says the suspect pretended to arrest her with zip ties and assaulted her. 7 years between the two samples going into the DNA system meant that Amichia was able to move to Washington and work in 2 different police departments before his arrest.
Nothing of a red flag, nothing of a clue at all in either background investigation.
But it turns out flying under the radar of a background check isn't hard to do. We spoke to Peter Valentin, chair of the forensics department at the University of New Haven. He says unlike the system for fingerprinting, a sample can only be entered into the national DNA database when it's associated with a crime.
In the national database, there is no mechanism for uploading applicants for law enforcement position.
Once Waterbury police were able to attach Amichia's name to the 2016 DNA sample, the victim in that case was able to ID him from a picture, telling officers, "I am 100% sure he's the same man." DNA science that lacks in speed, but makes up for in precision, sometimes years in the future.
I think this is a great example of why the system exists in the way that it does.
Though the Waterbury Police Department learned of Amichia's DNA match in early 2023, he wasn't extradited to Connecticut until last week. He's charged with home invasion, sexual assault, kidnapping, and impersonating a police officer. Live in studio, Audrey Russo for Channel 3 Eyewitness News.